With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another duo show here at Learn Crypto. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you like daily updates on both crypto and stock, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. My name is Nick Hellman.
I am Todd Butterfield.
The man with the plan, taking us all to Lambo land. So we've been gone for a few days here. Not much is going on, but we have done several trades in our private group. If you want to start getting access to myself and Todd, as well as live trades and a thriving community, join us at patreon.com/learncrypto. The URL is in the comment section right now. Today, we're going to just kind of go over the markets. What's going on with Bitcoin? What's going on with stocks? What are our current positions? We're not going to talk about the war because we're not geopolitical experts, but we can see how it is impacting the markets and your investments. As for the news side, there is more cases. Caroline, SBF's former girlfriend, is testifying against him in court right now. We had kind of a halt on a decentralized exchange on Thor chain for Rune. That has caused some underperformance there, as well as some other things. So, I mean, not too much. Let's talk about the markets, and let's see where everybody stands.
Got a
What's
few
going
people
on,
in
Jimmy
here.
Jim?
Craig Nickham, Bobby Butcher, Big House, Welter, Asta, Zimmy. A few known names.
Let me take the screen real quick. We'll look over at beyondfomo.com to see what's going on in the markets, and then we'll move on to the large cap charts from you, Todd.
Yes, sir.
So you can see here, beyondfomo.com, Bitcoin, 27,378. Ethereum significantly underperforming, down 5% in the past 7 days to $1,565. Of course, if Ethereum is underperforming, that is going to drag altcoins down with it. It is the way liquidity works on decentralized exchanges. If Ethereum is paired with your favorite altcoin and Ethereum goes down, it is going to drag down the price of your altcoin regardless of market conditions. And it's really going to drag down the price when Bitcoin is going down like we have seen the past few days. Nothing too crazy here. Solana down 8.24%. We did sell that higher. We will talk about that, but we'll be looking at another entry on Solana most likely. Doge down 4%. Again, we've been saying since Doge is about 7 cents that we would love to get Doge at 5.5 cents. And what do you know? We're down to 5.8 cents. So we are getting close to where we will start looking to pull the trigger on a Dogecoin play, expecting Elon to integrate Doge into the X app. Let's see what else is going on here. Biggest losers, Radix, Robit, and Gala. If you're holders of those tokens. It's been a tough week for you, but I know Robit has absolutely exploded, still holding above $400 million market cap. And Thorchain, which I just mentioned, had some issues where they actually halted the DEX due to some transactions that were occurring on the decentralized exchange, causing some massive outperformance, down 13.3% the past 7 days. And this is one of the strongest assets in the last run-up. So I'm eyeing that up for potential altcoin trade because it really wasn't FUD on Thorchain itself, but more on a decentralized exchange that is built upon Thorchain's network. So I think there might be an opportunity with this big dip. That's all I got, Todd. If you want to start looking at the charts, we'll look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, the S&P 500, and some of our favorite stocks and cryptos. If you have any questions, throw it in the comments section. We'll look at those charts. We'll answer those questions, and we're here to help you triple those bags.
Yeah, we hadn't really been on here because last time we was on, we were bullish stocks and Bitcoin. We've taken a few positions in MicroStrategy RIOT coin, and I want to get on here today because I sold a few positions on the stock side because we are overbought, so I want to show that, and here we go. SPY in front of us, you can see the green dot was when we was getting oversold. Many of my other general market indicators got oversold 25th and 26th of September. You can see lower right, 48.15, we was 49.2 earlier today, so I think this rally is probably going to run out of steam, and that's why we've raised some protective sell stops, took some profits, got some other nice profits in a few stocks we'll go over. Here's a QQQ, same type of thing. You can see we had to buy on the 26th. That's mostly when I entered some NASDAQ type positions. And as I said, 51.8 right now, we was 52.3. So I think we're gonna probably pull back here. The big question is this next pullback. If we get oversold and test higher, then I think that says we're gonna have a year-end rally. And if we totally fall apart here, then we're gonna probably be in trouble here because of these high interest rates. So let's quickly look at Apple. It went to a sell as well today. You can see that, or actually yesterday's close. We're down a little bit on Apple today. So the last few sell signals, one was perfect, one was a few days early. And again, I think this one probably will lead to some type of rollover. So the same vein as that, if we look at some of these big names, Microsoft, same type of thing, but it is not overbought. It's at 42.2. Not a lot of good volume coming on the upside on that one. So it's not overbought yet. Let's look at a few positions that we put on. And the stock Discord, ANET. You can see we bought that around 178.78. Right now we're 195. We was overbought. I've not taken the profit on that, but I'm looking to possibly do so. QLYS. And actually, I'd done some of these trades on Twitter, so people knew that we was doing them after the fact. So we bought this one at 153 and change, or 163 and change, broke out to new all-time highs on QLYS. LSTR is one I've mentioned on here. It hasn't done much. I got a little weaker, as you can see, after the buy, so I'm down a couple dollars on LSTR, so not all winners. Another one, MSCI, that I was long that one. I got actually got out of that this morning at only a small profit. As you can see, it was much lower, so just a small profit on MSCI. And a couple that we were talking about did not take positions. I want to show them because they had Wyckoff backups. You can see here, CTAS. That chart looks pretty good, so that's one we're still going to be monitoring. CDNS, Cadence, another one that's been jumped out of a consolidation reaccumulation. That one broke out to new highs today as well. So that one's not done bad. And I'm going to wait on MicroStrategy and RIOT when I come back later with Bitcoin. XLE, I am out of that. I took a decent profit. We got stopped out of that on the way down at 87.21. I did have a few people still in that today. I blew out of that at 88.42, I believe. So as you can see there, the trade we did there was a buyer June 26th and sold out actually on the opening October 4th. Not sure there. I think probably some type of sideways, and then I want to be a buyer still looking for higher. So we'll pay attention to that one. And I think that's all we need to go over right now. Again, we'll come back to Coin, RIOT, Mara, MicroStrategy, Bitcoin, and those here when Nick and I go back to the chat.
Sounds good. If you want to throw it over to my screen, we'll go over a couple quick news articles, just kind of recapping what we already talked about. You see here that ThorSwap pauses platform after a series of FTX hack-linked trades. A ThorSwap developer said the team, quote, stands firmly against any and all criminal actions in a message to CoinDesk. After the move, the FTX exploiters started swapping funds into the Threshold Network's TBTC tokens. This is when the ThorSwap halted, went into maintenance mode, and kind of whitelisted those addresses. Now, this is supposed to be a decentralized exchange built upon ThorChain. That's why this was negative press for ThorChain itself, as this is heavily supported by the ThorChain developers and community. You can see here on the Rune chart that if we zoom in here, this drop off, this was a major outperformer against Bitcoin. We've been watching it, wanting to be a trader of it. And look at the date, October 6th. Here is the waterfall effect from that maintenance. If you're a decentralized exchange, you cannot do things like this and think that the community, traders, and investors won't react in a negative light. We have retouched all the way back down to this previous resistance flip support down here. But again, massive sell-off. If Bitcoin falls out, we'll see what Todd's chart looks like. If Bitcoin falls out, I think Rune has another chance down here to retest these lows. And at that point, you probably will have a bullish divergence to RSI and price. And you might want to be a buyer here because, again, I think this provides an opportunity because this wasn't a hack of Thorchain, a malfunction of Thorchain, but rather an overstepping of a developer on a decentralized exchange to put that product and platform into maintenance mode to avoid potential sanctions and regulations, since FTX was essentially selling your funds, customer funds, on that decentralized exchange and that network. Talking about that, Caroline Ellison, the ugly, I shouldn't say that, I guess, the ex-girlfriend of SBF who stole all your money, says, quote, in trial today, I sent balance sheets at the direction of Sam Bankman-Fried that made Alameda's balances look less risky to investors. Caroline Ellison, former CEO of Alameda Research, testified that she committed fraud at the direction of her ex-boyfriend and former colleague, FTX Exchange founder Sam Bankman-Fried. I think that is the dagger in the back. She decided to operate probably to try to avoid jail time, and this confirms that fraud on probably the longest level, the highest level in the financial institutions, maybe ever, definitely in crypto, has occurred. They stole your funds. They were manipulating balance sheets. Their accounts couldn't get liquidated when they were leverage trading, and they could simply print as much money as they needed, so their balance sheets never went to zero or negative. They got caught. They got called out, and hopefully they serve some jail time. Maybe some of you guys who use this exchange can get some clawback funds. We didn't use FTX, never really recommended FTX Exchange. We did trade the FTT token, and in the last trade did get caught with some FTT tokens, but it could be much worse. So hopefully a lot of you guys watching didn't get impacted too much by this, but it's just sheer negligence and fraud, bottom line. And then the last bit of news before we hop over to Todd and some charts on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others. Billionaire Paul Tudor Jones backs Bitcoin and gold as geopolitical risks rise. Paul Tudor Jones is very wealthy and has been in large support of Bitcoin. Hasn't talked too much about blockchain or other cryptocurrencies, but continues to remain an advocate for both Bitcoin and gold as holdings in anyone's portfolio to hedge against all this inflation, interest rates, and war risks that are going on globally.
Big House says that Jim Cramer thinks Bitcoin's about to go down big. I didn't hear that today, but yeah, that means you probably want to. Bye.
I saw that video clip, and he was like, it was something like, I just can't be long when Mr. Bitcoin looks like it's going to go down big time. It's like, oh, God. All right.
All right, let me run over to my Bitcoin chart here then while we're talking about that. In front of us is a usual Bitcoin chart. I am showing a Wyckoff backup, possibly already ended down there at 24.8. I've not been impressed here the last few days, so that's why I had traded out of some Bitcoin positions for $800 profits. I think we took like $90 out of Ethereum. It's back below where we bought it before the last $100 profit. So technometer's neutral on Ethereum. I'll show that it's around 40.8. So I just don't know if the backup's complete. If we're going to come down again, tag that 24.8 level, or maybe just come down here and tag the 26,000 level again. Shake a few people out before we head up. But again, right now on the sidelines, except for the MicroStrategy, RIOT, coin, etc. I'll bring that up here in a minute. Ethereum USD, as I mentioned, lower right, technometer 40.11, 38 is considered oversold. So you can see there the green buy, the red sell, that was our last trade. And now we're back below the previous buy. So we just try to keep adding to the bag, taking some profits while we're sitting here mousing around, and be prepared for the next rally. WWCI, our Wyckoff Wave Crypto Index. Let's bring that up, see what the tech is over there. We're back at previous support like Ethereum. And technometer 42.19, not much to say there. We're going to go ahead and bring up Link real quick. For Big House, we got Link, Tether, Binance. Maybe a nice little ABC, but again, I think there's going to be a little more downside on these cryptos in general. 42.5 on Link. So still on the sidelines looking for a little bit lower. We got Matic, Tether, Binance. Back near the recent lows, Technometer 40.38. So then again, maybe still a little bit lower there. While we're here, let's do Rune, Tether, Binance. Follow up on what Nick just reported. Again, I thought after today, maybe the Technometer is 39.15. These other buy readings were sub 37. So a hair lower in Rune, I think probably would give us a buy signal. So we'll be watching that. I think you got big support down there at $1.45. So watch for that. And then let's go and talk about MicroStrategy, etc. So here we are.
See, Walter said he screwed up with 2 conservatives of stops on Coin, Pen, Riot, stopped out for smaller profits. Any re-entry thoughts would be great, if any. See, Walter, well, I don't know if we have a re-entry thought because we do have, we've just made posts for stops for all of those where we're locking in if they get hit between 7.5 to 12.5% gains. So we'll talk about where we're at on these trades right here. You can kind of see what we think, but our stops are now risen and getting close. So we're not looking for re-entries. We're looking to either see another day or two up on these and then continuing to raise our stops, or we get stopped out for between 7.5 to 12.5% profits across the board.
Right.
So I would just say follow our stop levels or join us at patreon.com/learncrypto.
On the big screen, we had that big trade on MicroStrategies there back in June. We scalped it here once. You can see the green and red, bought it back lower again on the green. We're sitting here with stops somewhere above 337. Don't want to give the actual number. Don't want to add to any selling cascade if we get stopped out. But you can see there lower right, 55.27 on the Technometer. We're as overbought as we have been at the last high up there at 385 or so. So I just think risk is high here. Maybe we come back down and break that 305 level again, maybe. I don't know. For a little deeper backup, but that's kind of what we're looking for. If we do get stopped out here later today or tomorrow. And same type of thing, Riot. We had the big trade back there in June. We did a scalp here 2 weeks ago. We're back long at 887, I think the actual number was. For the crypto Discord, Technometer 50.25. So again, could see it pull back to 8 possibly if things get ugly here short term. But we'll watch that. And then Coin, bring that up, and I'm going to go to the split screen so Nick can comment. But for now, hold on there. Let me grab the 1 year. Again, all these charts look really good on the Wyckoff accumulation that I've had labeled forever on these things. It looks like we're in accumulation. Looks like we complete a backup. So maybe we're ready for a liftoff, but some reason it just didn't feel that way. And Nick, if you want to talk a little bit more about the coin chart.
Yeah, I mean, coin, or the first sell was around $106. We got back in all the way at 76, sold out at 84, got back in again at less than $71. And right now we have a profit stop in place where if it gets hit, we'll close another winning trade for 8.88% gains. And I think what we're doing here is these are crypto-related stocks that we want to be long in the next bull market. But what we're doing is we're trading this chop, trading it actually very well, almost too well. And we're getting comfortable with these stock assets. We're trading them. We're adding more shares to the bag. So when the bull market comes, if you take all these Coinbase trades, just these ones, you're going to – I mean, I would have to do the math, but a large accumulation of shares, almost a double up in shares. And then when prices do get back to triple digits and beyond, you're going to be sitting in a much better spot. That's kind of what we're doing with Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all those. We're making trades. We're taking profits. We're getting back in cheaper. We're adding more tokens and coins to our bags in anticipation that 2024, 2025 are going to be massive bull runs. And we were trying to just add more tokens and coins to our bags, to your bags, and let everybody have financial freedom over the next few years that follow along in this Learn Crypto journey. So like I said, 8.88% gains if we get closed there. I know MicroStrategy, we're going to be around 6.5% gains if we get closed there. And Riot will be 13.5% gains if we get closed there. So again, more quick trades. We took a lot of these entries, October 3rd, 4th, 5th. So it hasn't even been a week yet. and we're locking in double-digit gains across the board on stock assets. And again, we are doing protective stops rather than selling here because maybe Bitcoin has a relief rally here. Maybe stocks go up another day or two, and we can pull another couple percent out of each and every one of those stocks and put some bigger profit numbers into the bags. People want you to look at Solana, VET, and BCH. Yannick says, good afternoon, fellas. Great trade calls. Hey, we've been on it. We told everybody in Discord that we're getting back into the groove. The bottom's in at Bitcoin 15,000. Time to trade this and time to get prepared for the biggest bull market in the history of cryptocurrencies. And that's what we've been doing. And not only doing that in the crypto market, but also doing that on the stock side by targeting crypto-related stocks that Blackstone and these big boys are buying up shares like crazy. They own over 7% of RIOT, other mining facilities, Coinbase, and whatever it may be. So follow what they do, not what they say. And we're starting to trade the assets that the big boys are accumulating positions on.
Yep, let's go to the big screen. SOL, Tether Binance, you can see here, we did get extreme overbought on that rally to 24. We were looking for a pullback there. Technometer 43, lower right, 38, 39 is considered oversold. Still would like to see something closer to oversold on the next week or so on the downturn we're looking for. Let's see if we get that. And then we've got
something back in that $20 range, I think would make sense, 18 to 20 bucks.
And here's BCH. Technometer here is already oversold at 35.4. BCH has been a strong one, so that's one that I would be on if we get new buy signals here. I mean, really, we're waiting on just new buy signals. And then at VET, we've got...
And BCH would be one of those where we would be a trader, not a holder of that. We're not huge fans of BCH. We were here when everybody who held Bitcoin got free BCH, dumped that, so we didn't ride that lower. But I think the reason we've talked about it from a fundamental perspective on why BCH has kind of got a resurgence and coming back to life is because that Fidelity and Charles Schwab exchange that is launching, the only tokens and coins on that is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. So we'll have some institutional demand, and especially as you get new institutional demand and retail users, they don't know the history of BCH. They don't know that many people in the crypto market don't like BCH. They're just looking at charts, looking at assets that they can own, and they're going to create a diversified four-coin portfolio based on those opportunities. So that's why I think it will and has gotten a little bit of an uptick.
And we'll go back to VET on the big screen. Not much to add here. The OP hit new lows. Price held up a little bit. Really can't say much. I mean, everything's kind of been in a downtrend. I'd wait for a buy signal from us before I'd purchase any VET, I believe. And let's go back to Tesla real quick for Yannick, because obviously that's one of the big ones here. Tesla. Let's go back to the 1 year. As we have shown, our indicators caught that last low exactly there, down around 214, I believe it was. And really since then, near overbought, we're not at what I consider levels where possibly you could sell. I mean, that one had held up pretty well. So once again, would like to see something more oversold to give us a buy entry. With my SPY, QQQ, anybody here late, they're all setting at overbought levels or near overbought. So I think we just slow up here. I'm anxious to see if we're going to pull back or if we're going to try to work sideways, work off that overbought reading and then continue higher. So that'll be what we're watching here the next few days. Charlie Lee, we haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, I mean, he posts here and there, but I mean, he's not that active, especially in this bear market. I know he has helped with some upgrades that Litecoin has had and made a post about the Litecoin halving, but, you know, he's kind of just tried to fade away into the background, and he'll probably come back once the markets get a little better. I know people still tell him, oh my God, you sold some of your Litecoin at 300 in the 2017 bull market, which he did almost pick the top, so we should have just listened to that. But again, he didn't sell his entire bag, and his philosophy was, hey, create better distribution. Again, he launched Litecoin, but didn't get like a team share or a pre-mine share. He had to mine it and earn it just like everybody else, and really just like Satoshi Nakamoto had to. So no hate for Charlie Lee, but he has definitely not been a visible face for Litecoin. But Litecoin still remains a, I guess, favorable regulatory coin because, you know, Fidelity got the green light to list Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Ethereum as non-securities. Litecoin still on like CNBC included on the chart that they show with like Bitcoin, Litecoin, XRP, Ethereum. and Litecoin's still on all the biggest exchanges globally. So just had another successful halving. But yeah, definitely hasn't been a big winner, been an underperformer, but an asset that we like to trade from time to time in the large cap sector for sure.
I was going to bring up a chart on XTZ here for Welter. Looks like we got a little activity in that thing today. Let me go to that chart real quick. XTZ, Tether, Binance. Big green bar today. Not much to add. I mean, OP was at new lows yesterday, basically right with price. Technometer was oversold, but we're now back to overbought, but that's a low volume coin. So I can't give much weight to the OP and Technometer readings. So not much to add on XTZ.
That's tough. That's a tough one. I would have to look to see it the news, and it is kind of a large cap for it to be like posted in a pump group, but that just looks like one of those, bull market pump groups where they get a bunch of people to try to buy that, get people to FOMO in, get bots to FOMO in, and then they sell it off, especially considering it's already down 50% off the high. So really, if this is going to be a momentum builder and continue higher, it needs to hold around these levels, which may prove hard to do if Bitcoin does drop any lower. So
yeah, it ran through the highs in the last 2 months, caught everybody that was short, and then drop it right back down. So not much going on there. Bitcoin 27,410. Again, I wanted to get live. I think stocks roll over here sideways or lower after us giving buys here 25th, September 26th, etc. So now risk is much higher. So raise protected sell stops, take some profits, whatever. That's what we did with Bitcoin and Ethereum before, and that's what we're doing with the MicroStrategy and RIOT. Then let's wait for some type of rollover and see if I get a good buy signal, early next week or something, probably at the earliest. Let me run a quick disclaimer here and just right now real quick, Nick.
Go ahead.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns. Thank you.
Quick disclaimer, we do manage assets, we do give trades, so we're not just here talking and entertainment, we're here trying to make money. So that's why we're running that disclaimer.
Yep, and we haven't picked every bottom, haven't picked every top, but we have avoided a lot of the pitfalls. We haven't got liquidated, and we've continued to stack winners all year long. We're hoping to continue to do so. We are sitting flat on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other large cap assets, looking for a further dip after closing for some profit trades. We are long on crypto stocks, Coinbase, MicroStrategy, and RIOT, with profit stops in place, somewhere between 8% up to 13.5% actually, if those get hit. So we will see, and we'll monitor those over the next few days. Stay tuned here on YouTube and Twitter for the free content and to kind of see what's going on. We try to provide you as much information as possible, but if you want the exact entries, exact exits, stop levels, and to be able to have 24/7 access to me and Todd for any of your questions, join us at patreon.com/learncrypto. If you want to learn to trade on your own, go to learncrypto.io and check out one of the official Wyckoff SMI trading courses built for these crypto markets.
And I don't really have a pork blaster to talk about today since I am leaning bearish, so I would think we'll try to find a pork blaster here in the next week or so to show, but it looks like right now we got a few toilet flushes coming. I will show Bitcoin Elliott wave here, as Hasta La Vista asked. Let me get ready to show that.
Hasta La Vista Barbie. Huh, that's funny.
Okay, let me switch. Hold on here. Gotta go to a different chart. Actually, let me switch screens to a different one here, maybe. I got too much going on. There's a screen I'm trying to show. Hold on, I don't know why. I guess I wasn't ready for this. All right, there's what I've been showing in the Discord. I mean, I've still been talking about this 5 waves up. There's kind of some different ways to count the green 5 waves up. This is one way, and then since we are acting ugly here, I'm trying to show this ABC down where maybe we have a sharp sell-off here. This would have to have stocks to get absolutely slapped here because of higher interest rates. So this is an extremely bearish wave count, one that I'm more or less just watching for at the moment. And then really this is another one. We could have counted the 5 waves up a little differently. I've showed this many times with a red ABC irregular flat. It's been a little sloppy here the last couple of months. So I don't know if we had a green 5 waves up. So we're going to dig in here right now, run up to 29,000, then have another ABC pullback. If we get any strength here out of the blue, let me do that. If we get any strength here out of the blue, then I think we turn back to extremely bullish Bitcoin. But I think I'm pretty good at figuring out where we're going to be the next 3 weeks. So again, that's why I'm bearish right here. And then what's that do to the charts? And it just matters what type of selling comes in here in the next few weeks. Because again, if we can surprise everybody, run to 29,000 here and give us that wave 5 up, then an ABC pullback with stocks coming down, that would be ideal for the bull count. But if we get really ugly here, I think if nothing else, we just got something down around 26,000 incoming, and then we'll see what our indicators look like, and we'll kind of go back there and reevaluate. So that's all I got for Elliott wave count.
Perfect. And yeah, it's interesting that you say the 26,000 level, because if that was a big triangle there that's breaking down, the measured move would be around 26,400. And if we're looking at a smaller time frame, head and shoulders on Bitcoin right here, the breakdown level would be 26,800. So
yep.
Interesting to see how this all plays out. Again, we do not have trading positions. We have hodl positions, but we don't have trading positions in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Litecoin, BNB. We've sold all of these at higher levels. Looking for the next trade opportunity. We do have exposure to Coinbase, RIOT, MicroStrategy, and Penn on the stock side. And we do have some, smaller alts that we do passive income. So if you want to learn how to do passive income, we can help you with that as well, whether it's Cake, Atom, Juno, Zen. We can get you set up. We can get you earning that APR. We can get you collecting and compounding those tokens for the biggest bull market in crypto history, which will be starting in 2024, 2025, and that'll probably be the end of it. This might be the last big opportunity in cryptocurrencies, so you need to make sure to take advantage of it. Subscribe to us here on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Join us at patreon.com/learncrypto. And if you just want to see more about me and Todd, what we've done, who we are, check out learncrypto.io. That is kind of the gateway to your financial freedom and the hub of everything that we have to offer, both free and paid. C. Welter said, MEXC, a U.S.-friendly exchange. Just try to sign up, C. Welter, and if it doesn't work, I have an account. There's something called a V, something called a P, something called an N. That works just fine on MEXC. You can do leverage trading, spot stops, whatever you want to do. And it's kind of been a new recommended exchange for us to use since KuCoin is mandating full KYC and kind of kicked off a lot of the U.S. citizens. You can see a link in the description below. If it's not on this one, I will add it once we reformat the description for this video.
I'm going to bring up KMD real quick for Big House. Actually, this KMD Tether Binance probably has a little more volume. But again, really low volume. Not much to say here. If you was long that, I'd wait for a buy signal on the alts here that we could have soon and see if that one will come alive again. But not much to add on KMD. Haven't looked at that in quite a while.
Perfect.
That's pretty well all I've got.
Yeah, that's really all I got.
On the stock Discord, I still have ANET, QLYS, if anyone wonders. We've got nice profits in those, ANET, QLYS. I might blow out of those here, though, tomorrow. I'm not sure. Again, I just think we're going to get a pullback. So most of these Discords, we're kind of trying to trade, put some money in the pocket before we start a real bull market. Same thing on the stocks. So.
Yeah, and before we jump out, I'm sure some people will ask, what is going on with this project called Neutron, NTRN? It's been all over Binance today, got listed, BitTrue, and a bunch of these other ones. I don't know much about it. It's a new DeFi platform on the Cosmos ecosystem. Now, I am bullish on Cosmos for the next bull market, but I don't like buying these tokens that just launched into a bearish day, into a quote bear market with all this hype on Binance, whatever, and it went from 35 cents to 50 cents and it's back down to 38 cents. Usually that just means there's way too many tokens in the hands of these centralized exchanges that could be shorted, that could be dumped, whatever it may be. They did an airdrop where I'm sure a lot of people are going to dump the tokens. And if it's already pulling back here and Bitcoin drops further, everybody's going to go for the cheap and free profits that they already have in the new token launch. So I think Neutron could potentially go even lower. So if you see the name, get curious, do some research. I'll be doing the same. But as a token buyer, I am not a buyer. They've kind of blown their wad. What other news can this project have? Really a Coinbase listing. But we're seeing in the bear market, none of that really matters. The liquidity is thin and altcoins are getting hammered right now and being pushed down by the Bitcoin and Ethereum underperformance. So I would not be FOMOing into any project that is being listed on Binance right now. That is kind of a bull market play versus a bear.
No other questions. I'm going to run a crypto Discord advertisement here, and maybe a stock management. We manage assets at Charles Schwab, so might run those 2 commercials. Otherwise, that is all I've got, Nick.
Yeah, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for your daily updates right here at Learn Crypto.
All right, peace out.
Warren Buffett, American investor, business tycoon, and one of the wealthiest people in the world, once said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." But how is that possible? Well, knowledge is power. In 2020, it is no longer news that cryptocurrencies are the currency of the digital future. Bitcoin's stability amidst unprecedented global economic impacts from COVID-19 has proven once again that crypto is here to stay. Learning how to trade, when to trade, and where to trade crypto assets can make the difference between success and failure. At LearnCrypto.io, we offer a pathway to sustainable and lifelong wealth by helping open-minded beginners and experienced traders navigate the thin ice of the cryptocurrency markets. Live shows, interviews, coin reviews, fundamental analysis, predictive trading bots, and open chat access to a community of real traders. These are just a few of the benefits you'll receive with a membership on patreon.com/LearnCrypto. Sign up today if you strive to build yourself a brighter tomorrow.
Do you personally invest or trade stocks? Then you'll want to gain access to our private Discord channel. By subscribing to our pro traders at wyckoffsmi.com, you'll receive individual stock suggestions based upon the Wyckoff method, review possible trade setups, as well as receive emails when any trade suggestions are given. But if you're too busy to manage your own stock portfolio, consider our private client group at our registered investment advisor, Black Bay Capital Advisors. You'll get the personal touch while we manage your stock portfolio for you through the trusted custodian, Charles Schwab. For an annual fee, you'll have more time to enjoy life while we focus on growing your portfolio. We'll be on the same side of the table, working to help you secure your long-term financial goals.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.